Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. There's no M. It's not Valentines. Okay, so it's Valentine, not Valentines. See how the lips are even different? Valentine, Valentine. I just want to put that up. Anyway, I did some real simp stuff and maybe I did come on a little strong. When I told one person this story, he was like, stage 5 clinger. I was like, oh my God. Now I'm more of like a stage 2 or 3 clinger. Like I'm gonna cling to my man. I said what I said, my man, my man, my man. Okay? I'm gonna wanna climb into your shirt with you. Like I want our skin to touch a lot of the time. So you know, I can recognize some stage of a clinger, but stage 5, I was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. So now I'm here to share my story with y'all because I want to hear what y'all think. And if this is something that you would have done, guys, I want to hear from y'all. Like, how would you react? Like, what message does that send? Because I want to know what message I sent.
This is for you, my number one.
It's your girl, Micah the Maven. Happy Valentine's Day to all my lovers and friends. If this is your first time checking out my channel, I'm hella happy to see you. If you're returning, hey friend, welcome back. I'm excited for this story time because I really want to get insight from other people on this type of situation because I thought I was just doing something sweet and loving for a man, and it turned out that's not it. I don't know. I had a very interesting Valentine's Day last year, and I want to hear what y'all have to say about it and what y'all think about what I did. I just like to show love, so if there's a specific day dedicated to that, I'm probably gonna rock with it. It is what it is. I hear that if you're in the right relationship, it feels like Valentine's Day all the time. So I'm trying to see what that be like. And sometimes I have to tell the story as though it wasn't my story because I want people's honest opinions and I want people's honest thoughts about what I did. And I get them, child. I get them. I've got, oh, you're so thirsty to have a Valentine. Oh, I would have never done that. Or, oh, that was cute. That was a good idea. That's so sweet. Whoever gets you is gonna be so lucky. Well, I've got it all. So now I am sharing it with y'all because I want to hear more feedback. No Valentine's Day slander will be tolerated. We support Valentine's Day over here. I saw my mom getting flowers and perfume and elbow arrangements for Valentine's Day. So that's what I want. That's what I grew up on. If you are saying this right now, it is a sign that it's okay for you to want something and someone and to be loved and appreciated on Valentine's Day. That is okay. This video is for the girlies and the guys. So let me just start by saying I am a hopeful romantic, okay? I am just a romantic person by nature. This story time is going to be somewhat of like I want to get your feedback. Like I want to get your insight on this situation and how I handled it. Last Valentine's Day, my former boss decided to hook me up on a date. She was so pro Micah finding love that she was just always, you know, somewhat crossing that line of trying to figure out my dating life and all that stuff. Granted, we had a good relationship, and so I was just like, cool, it's whatever, she's trying to help, no big deal. And one day, we had been working on this project and there was somebody that worked at the agency that we were working with that she thought would be a good fit for me and thought that we would get along really well. I hadn't thought of him in that way, but once she said it, I was like, oh, I mean, he's kind of cool. Like, I don't know, I'd be willing to see what that is. And she was like, all right, bet. I kid you not, literally like the next day, she called me, and I remember I was literally in a storm going to Target to make content. And she was like, do you have plans 2 weeks from today? And I'm like, 2 weeks from today, I looked at my calendar and I was like, 2 weeks from today, that's Valentine's Day. I was like, no, not really. And she was like, well, you do now. Check your calendar. So on my calendar, she had put a date, like she set up this date for me and this guy. And I was like, aw, why did it take for me to have a real genuine Valentine's Day? Why did it take my boss having to set it up? But whatever, I'll take it, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. She literally starts a group chat with me and him, and she's like, hey, I think you guys should have each other's numbers since you're gonna, you know, go out in 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, bet. So we start chatting, texting, and talking, and the vibe was crazy. Like, the vibe was so good. I think I'm just a really good conversationalist in general, but this one was extra special because of him and what he brought to the conversation. Like, he was just asking me lots of questions and listening, and it was like a very good back and forth. And we talked literally like non-stop for those 2 weeks leading up into the date. So here's where the story kicks into gear. So like a couple days before the date, I'm like, all right, this is Valentine's Day. And I'm a big believer that like men need to be shown more love. Like, it's always about the girl and the woman, and the wedding is about what the bride wants and this and that. But men want to be shown love too, and they want to be romanced, and they want to be, you know, like loved. And the first time that a lot of guys receive flowers is at their funeral. So I thought, I could be totally off with that. I just assume. So a couple days before the date, I'm like, should I bring a gift? It's Valentine's Day. Now, hear me. If this first date was on any other day other than Valentine's Day, I probably wouldn't have thought of this. This was not a blind date. It wasn't the first time we were seeing each other. It wasn't the first time we were meeting each other. It was the first time we were seeing each other outside of work and like going on a date. So I'm like, all right, it's Valentine's Day. Maybe I should, I don't know. Should I bring a little gift? Now I understand. My little gift to someone else may not be that little because I'm an extra ass person. That's just how it is. That's just who I am. I've come to realize that, and I accept that. Okay. So I was like, what could I get him? Maybe I can get him just like a little something, a little something. So I'm scrolling through his Instagram just to, you know, learn more about him. And I learned his favorite cereal. So I'm like, okay, favorite cereal. Just get my creative, mind you, I asked a couple people too, like, should I take him a gift? Like, what should I do? And my inner circle was like, it couldn't hurt, you know, like, and I reassured people. I was like, I'm not taking this gift in hopes that he's bringing me a gift. I wasn't thinking like that at all. I really genuinely wanted to do something different and special for somebody and start it off on a different note, you know, like really shock him and be like, oh wow, she's a really thoughtful person. That was my intention. And that's what I told my inner circle. That's what I told my tribe. I was like, I'm not doing this on some like, if I do this, he better do this, or he better show up with a gift. It wasn't none of that. I honestly already knew he wasn't gonna show up with a gift. Like, just cause that's just what I expected, honestly. So I still wanted to do it. Like I said, a little gift for me is never just that little. So a couple days before the date, literally like a day or two before the date actually, I went to Hobby Lobby and I got a box, like just a regular box, and I got some blue roses, some fake blue roses. Okay, now telling the story, I feel so embarrassed, but I got some blue roses in this box, and I told you I was going through his Instagram and I found out his favorite cereal. So I was like, okay, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to like CVS or something like that, get some little miniature versions of his favorite cereal, and I'm just gonna put them in this box with the blue roses. That's it. That's it. Just a little cereal gift box. Nothing too crazy. It was less than $15. In my head, it was a little tiny ass gift. So I do that. So boom. So I make the cereal gift box, and then I had to run to Walmart to have like that Valentine's Day section. And so I'm walking through the section and it's all run through. There's like hardly anything there because it's almost Valentine's Day. And I stumble across, I'm sorry, okay. I stumble across this really, really cute thing of dynamite. It looks like dynamite and it says "Your Dynamite" on it. And each stick of dynamite was a bottle of hot sauce. That's cute. That's cute. It was aesthetically pleasing. There was even string coming out the top. Like, it literally looked like a bunch of dynamite. And I'm a sucker for some aesthetics. What can I say? So some cool stuff like that, I'm just gonna grab it. It was like $4, $5. So I just got it. And I think now that I'm telling this story, I think that I was just super excited to be doing something on Valentine's Day that I just went overboard. Whatever, I can own it. I can be accountable for my actions. I did too much, whatever. It's the dynamite, and honestly, I was gonna use the dynamite or something else. So when it came down to it, I didn't have any other use for the dynamite, and I really just bought it because aesthetically I absolutely loved it. So here we go. We're ready to go to the date. I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling excited. He checked in before the date. I love that, because honestly I don't start getting ready for a date until I get that final check-in. So he did that and I was like, oh my God, he's on the right track. So I dressed down, got on a little black dress, similar to today. You know, coming through, ready to really, you know, represent. Child, I got these gifts in the car, and I just said a little prayer before I walked in there, like, Lord, please don't let me be embarrassed and just this be awkward or like anything like that. So I walk in there with 2 gifts now. Not only, I walked in there with 2 gifts. Like, I this box, and I mean, it was a box, okay? Like a box. I got this bag that has these hot sauce bottles in it. So I basically got him hot sauce and cereal, if you dwindle it all the way down, but the packaging was just a little much. And I walk in there and I was like, damn girl, you did too much. But we're here now, so let's go. So I get inside and he is literally floored that I walked in there with gifts with an S. He's like, why, what, like, and of course, not of course, but there was, it's not like he brought me anything. So he was even more floored and I think almost embarrassed, y'all. I think I embarrassed the man because I came in there with gifts. He opened the gifts, he absolutely loved it. He was like, no one's ever done anything like this sweet for me before. And that's the only reason I did it, just to show you that I'm different. Just imagine, if this is how it started off, imagine where it could go type shit. So he loved it. He, like, besides being a bad gift receiver, because some people are bad gift receivers, like they feel weird getting a gift from someone, especially if they don't have one in return or if they weren't expecting it, whatever. So it's hard for them to receive gifts, and I think that that was him. He said he liked it though. I liked being able to give him the gifts. I don't know, it is what it is. But my question to y'all is, would you ever show up on a first date with a gift for somebody if it happened to me on Valentine's Day? Like I said before, if this was not on Valentine's Day, I would not have done all of this. But because it's a holiday to show love, I felt like showing love, and that's what I did. And I don't feel bad for it. I would do it again, honestly. So when I tell some people this, they literally look at me in disbelief and tell me that I was being thirsty, or they just can't believe that I would have done such a thing. And it's like, I would have never have given nobody no gift, especially a man. And I'm just like, what? I don't know what to tell you. So the date went great. Aside from the gift giving thing, the date went great. And the next date that we went on, he actually repurposed the box that I gave him, and he filled it with puppy supplies because he knew I was getting Maven. And he put a whole bunch of stuff in there for Maven. He like repurposed it and gave me a gift bag, but I mean, I think it was done because he felt bad that he didn't give me anything or something, but I still loved it. I felt bad though, because I feel like I made him think he had to give me a gift, so it just made the energy it just made it really weird. It's not like it turned into anything, but am I crazy for bringing that man a gift on Valentine's Day, on our very first date? Was it sweet? Was it thoughtful? Would you do that? Should I have not done that? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and happy Valentine's Day. Don't feel bad for wanting to celebrate Valentine's Day and wanting to be celebrated on Valentine's Day. There's nothing wrong with that. Love y'all.